Specialized Tarmac SL6 S-Works 2020 in the SRAM Red E-Tap version with a power meter included. This is a size 56, weighs in at 15 pounds, 11 ounces, and in kilos, 7.12 kilos. Stay tuned after the video. I'll be doing a sound test of the SL6 on here with the XDR driver body. Thank you guys. What's going on, everybody? This is GC Performance here, back with another video. Today I have for you guys the Specialized S-Works SL6 Tarmac. This is a previous generation to the SL7. This bike is a size 56. It is their SRAM Red version, and it weighed in, I think, at 15 pounds, 7 ounces, if you guys just saw in the video. We just got this thing in. It is for sale, so if you guys are interested and you're in Florida, let me know, or within the area, message me or leave a comment and we can get in contact. But this was basically a picture bike from Specialized. So sometimes if you are a Specialized dealer, they will offer you better deals on these bikes because they're used for a picture bike. They might have a little bit of used on there, nothing really wrong with the frame, nothing's functioning wrong with them, but the gear's a little bit dirty. It's not in the same packaging, so they can't sell it as new. So this is a blem. It is a size 56, like I said. It retailed for 11, and this is a SRAM Red version. It's in like that kind of white color. So it's that gloss white and fades all the way down to like a silver at the bottom. Only for the SRAM Red version. This bike was very limited when it came out. I mean, it came out and then it went right away. The Venge also had it in the same color, but it's really cool. So you have the white that goes all the way up here, down to the bottom, meets the silver right there where the S-Works is. The silver stays and goes all the way to the back. This model does come with the SL6 on here, so these are tubeless ready. They are ceramic speed bearings. Sorry, I'm just using a gimbal. It's kind of weird. Anyways, still getting used to this thing. It's ridiculous. It does come with everything originally spec'd on here. It has the power meter, the dual-sided power meter by SRAM Red, the cork power meter right there. It has the SRAM Red E-Tap 12-speed in the back too as well in the cassette. It's a 1033 back there. The chainring up here is a 4835 for the front chainring. There's your power meter right there. The rear is going to be that 1033 in the rear. And with the SL6, they are a bladed spoke. They are tubeless ready, and they are ceramic speed bearings inside the hubs. So that's a big plus compared to the SL7. The reason why I want to kind of bring back this bike is because people are now starting to ask me, hey, I'm seeing a lot of SL6 on the market. Should I buy an SL6 S-Works I can get for cheap, or should I get an SL7 Pro? Go for that. The main benefit to an SL6, holy cow, it's windy. Oh my goodness. The main benefit to an SL6 bike that I'm going to say compared to the SL7 is the integration of the headset bearings right here. It's going to be less money for a consumer to change at, and you're probably going to get your bike back the same day within maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on how busy the shop is. An SL7 with the integrated head tube, or the Venge with the integrated stem and head steer right there, that's a half-day job where they have to unhook your brakes, take it down, cut your brake lines, rebleed them. And so it is kind of a more tedious job. It costs more money, and it takes a lot longer of time. So that's a big plus if you do buy SL6. Another big plus is that the SL6 is more comfortable. They do have this D-shaped seat post, a little bit wider. It's not as narrow, it's not as sharp, it's almost more rounded, so you do feel it's more compliant. So your bike is going to be more comfortable than the SL7. The SL7 now is very rigid compared to it's similar to the Venge, but still has the Tarmac qualities of comfort, but the SL6 is going to be more comfortable. Also on the SL6, a main difference is going to be that it is not a threaded bearing, so a non-threaded bottom bracket. It still is their BB30. So you would have to get this is a dub crank, so you have to get a BB30 to dub fit, and it just has to be pressed in there. So if some people complain that they don't like their bottom brackets creaking, that can be a main component of it, but as long as it's installed right, put some grease on there. Maybe you have to service it more than you would have to a threaded, but it's not the end of the world. So take in consideration too with the weight I gave you, these are not the stock tires on here. I think the rear is a 28. And this is a Maxxis road wheel, which I've never even seen before, but it's a Maxxis tire, 700 by 28 as well. It looks kind of chunky, looks like a beefy boy. So that weight that I gave you, this looks like a dang gravel tire right there. So it is kind of chunkier, so that weight that I gave you, it can get lower. Also, if you make it tubeless, it'll get lower. But getting into it, we have the S-Works, Specialized S-Works shallow drop carbon fiber bar. you have their S-Works stem right here, just regular aluminum with titanium bolts. All Specialized S-Works stems are never carbon. They're usually a lightweight alloy with titanium bolts on there. You have your more aerodynamic SL6 frame shape. It's not as sharp as the SL7, but it is there. You have your cover plate right here. If you ever want to run mechanical on here, you can still run mechanical cables, so that's another plus too. The SL7, I think, can be ran mechanical, but it's a lot more of a pain in the butt. The SL6 can be ran mechanical right here if you like to. On the bottom, you have some of that silver accent on the fork right here. So you have silver accent, goes all the way up to the white up top there by the fork. You have the SL6 wheels here with their Revolve SL6 hubs, which are basically just, I think, DT 180 hubs, just rebranded and renamed. But these are a 18-hole front spoke on here, and they are ceramic speed bearings inside there with a through axle. Center lock rotors, and you have your SRAM red calipers as well. Moving on to the back, we have your SRAM red crank with the cork power meter on there with a 4835 chainring up there. Dual side power meter by the SRAM red cork. This is a double side chainring on here. Going on to the back, you have your SRAM red rear derailleur with your 12-speed cassette 1033, and this wheel is going to have the SRAM red XDR freehub body driver for this 12-speed. It is a different, if you do get if you ever have Shimano, you upgrade the SRAM red, you will have to change out the freehub body driver for that. The wheel on the rear is a SL6. I did do a freehub body sound test, so it will be coming up at the end of the video. These are bladed spokes. The nipples are external, so they're very easy to service. They are tubeless ready, which is a big plus. A lot of people don't like that in new SL7s, the Rapides and the Alpinists are not tubeless ready. These are tubeless ready, so you can make them tubeless, and plus you get the benefit of these ceramic speed bearings in there. Saddle on here is going to be the S-Works power saddle. These are almost nearly impossible to buy, so if you buy this bike just for a saddle, I understand. Carbon fiber rails, carbon fiber body, nice wide channel as well to allow blood flow in there. But yeah, just kind of want to show this bike off. I'm a huge fan of the SL6 still. I've ridden this bike in every asset of the model. I've ridden the Sport, the Expert, the Pro, the S-Works I had for a while. I've had the Expert with different wheels on there. I had mechanical versions. I had rim brake versions of it. I love the SL6. I think it was one of the best changes to the bike. I wasn't a huge fan of the SL5. It felt very long to me. The SL6 has the aero qualities with the lower seat stays, but still that kind of all-around climbing bike. I think they did an amazing job. I mean, they can only make the bike so much more aero. If you notice with the SL7, they made these more pronounced. These curves right here, these made these more sharper for the SL7. They made the top tube not as round. They made it more sharper. Again, that's going to add aerodynamic qualities, but it's also going to make the bike stiffer vertically, so you'll get more vibrations and it might be a little bit more uncomfortable. The SL6, I think, is a perfect bike. It's still very fast, and people are still asking me, like, hey, should I buy the SL7? I like to buy new things because of the fact that if you buy the SL7, you're getting the newest technology of that platform. You're getting the newest support for that bike. This stuff is proprietary, the seat post, and that's about it, but the seat post is old school, so finding them later on down the road, if something cracks or breaks on it, it might be harder. But if you find an amazing deal on an S-Works SL6 compared to an SL7 Pro, it's not a bad buy. It just depends on color, obviously, preference, group set, wheels, how it's built. But if you get an SL6 S-Works bike built with the components and wheels you want on it for around the same price as a Tarmac Pro SL7, my choice would be, I'm a fanboy, I like the S-Works name, I might go S-Works there. But I don't know, it's a tough decision. It just really comes down to the make of it. But if you can find S-Works SL6 quality bike around that SL7 price point, I think that's a huge deal. So at the end of the day, it comes down to your decision and the bike and the color of it. But I mean, you know where I stand. I would go, what the heck is that? I would go SL6 maybe. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are in the Florida area or interested in this bike, please leave a comment, and I can get to you with my email as well. Follow my Instagram as well. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe, all that stuff like that. I post pictures on Instagram, sometimes do giveaways for t-shirts. I appreciate everything, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, so we got the Specialized Tarmac SL6, SL6, and this is gonna be the free of body sound test right here. Wow. With the SL6, they came with the the 18 tooth ratchet, so they're not as loud or pronounced as the SL7. All right, guys, thank you.